So I'm changing the spark plugs and wires on a 2008 Jeep Wrangler. If you're changing out the spark plugs and you just want to change out the spark plugs, you probably won't be able to, because on the side that goes to the actual spark plug here, they've got this little thing, focus, right here that goes over the spark plug, and it keeps the spark plug wire from pulling out when you're driving or whatever, if your vehicle's shaking or whatever. But you know, your vehicle shouldn't shake to the point that it pulls that wire out, and you know, you start getting a misfire or whatever it is. So anyway, if you're changing out the spark plugs, it's probably better to go ahead and get new wires, just because you're going to pull this out, damage it, then you're going to get pissed, and then realize that you should have just cut the wires in the first place. So my advice is to go through, when you're doing your wires, is take the first spark plug out and run the wire to it. Take the second one out, run the wire to it. And as you can see right here, it goes from short, medium, and then longer. And of course the other side is going to be longer, and longer, or whatever it is. It looks like it's routing up around here. So your longest wire is probably going to end up being the last cylinder here, just because it has to route, and you have to get that extra length. So that's what I usually do to measure them. You'll go through, that's the longest, and then that's the next shortest or longest, and then it goes on and so forth, to the point that that's the shortest one, that's the longest one, and you don't want to get your wires in a mess and end up finding out you have to pull one, and then this happens, and then you have to get new wires again, or something like that. So also, when you go to pull that off, the spark plug, this is going to be left on there, and you might take your 5/8 inch socket and be like, well, this isn't the right size. Well, it's not going to go on there, because this is sticking out, plus your spark plug is sticking out, and you're not going to actually get to the part that it's the 5/8 part on the spark plug to actually turn it and pull it out. So you want to keep that in mind. If you have one of these on there, just get a pair of pliers and pull it off, and then you can get to your spark plug, and your socket will actually reach to where you need to take it off. And that's pretty much about it. You could always use the grease to throw on your spark plug, or whatever electrical grease they have for those. I usually don't use it. I think it doesn't really matter to me, so I've used it and I've tried it, and I've never seen a difference. So I usually just run it the way factory does, and it seems to work out just the same as it was running from the factory. So alrighty, well, thank you for watching. You have a good day.